Hi, sixth grade. Happy May Day. Gosh, if we were at school together today, we would be at Mass and then we would be out in the Rose Garden crowning the statue of Mary. I really miss you. I miss all the fun things that we would be doing together, the art projects that we could do in the classroom that would be a little bit easier than on a video. But I am glad that you tuned in for another art lesson. I wanted to do another shading project this week. I think that you're at home, so there's lots of things around your house that are fun to shade. Believe me, the more you shade, the more practice you get, the easier it is. You just see things differently when you practice shading, and I think that you really enjoy it a lot more. So practice, practice, practice. So find an object that you would enjoy drawing. As I said, a cup out of the cupboard, a box of cereal, a piece of furniture, just something that you would enjoy coloring, drawing, shading. And one of the things that I always enjoy doing are pieces of clothing, fabric or a jacket hanging over a hook or over a chair. And just that's something that you can really get a lot of practice of shading in. Remember that it doesn't matter that you don't have all the pencils that we had at school. You can do it with one pencil. The amount of pressure you put on it determines how dark it'll be. And if you lighten up on the pressure and how hard you hold it, you'll get a lighter shade. You can also experiment with erasing. So if you shade something in, you can erase it to make it a little bit lighter. Remember that you can always shade really hard on a piece of scratch paper and then pick up that with your fingertip and move it onto your paper where you want to shade. That gives you a really smooth type of a shading, which is nice. But no matter how you do it, just experiment with it in the beginning. You might find different pencils around your house that might indeed have a different softness or hardness to them, and so you might be able to find pencils that you didn't even know were a different intensity, and that you might be able to use those also. But nonetheless, one pencil will do it. So find something that you think would be fun to shade and then experiment with it. So you can, maybe you have a lamp that you can move closer or further away from the object, or maybe you can get a flashlight and shine a flashlight on the object. Remember that things that go further back, that recede, are darker, and so they're shaded with more intensity, and things that are closer to the light source will be a lot lighter. So as I said, doing something with fabric is really quite fun. So hang a sweater or a jacket on a hook or over a chair. And the first thing you want to do is just draw all the lines that you see, okay? And near the bottom of it, there's even more interesting lines, curved lines, squiggly lines, okay, straighter lines. And after you draw all the lines, then you can start shading. So things that are in the crease that are further away are going to be dark. Like this is just almost like a dark line. This is very dark, but then you might be able to see some variations depending on how you move the fabric. So a little bit darker in the crease, and then a little bit different shades of gray and lighter in the front. So shading something like this, or a jacket or whatever you have, takes a little bit more time than just a smooth surface object, obviously, but you should spend time with it. You can come back to it. You don't have to do it all in one sitting, all in one day. Just make sure that you draw it first so you have all the lines, because then when you go back to it, if somebody has moved it or something, the lines might be different and the shading might be different. But maybe you can put it someplace where nobody will disturb it and you can keep coming back to it. But if you choose to do a more simple object and it's a smoother surface, then I hope that you will experiment with the flashlight or the light source so that you can see how you can change the shading on it depending on where the light is coming from and where the light is shining on the object. So I hope you'll have fun with it. I really do believe that the more you shade, the easier it'll get. Sometimes it's frustrating in the beginning, but the more you practice, it just ends up being kind of a fun experience. So stay healthy. I hope that you will send me pictures of what you drew. I really would like to hear from you. Even if you don't want to send a picture, send me an email and just tell me how you're doing. Or if there's something that you would like me in the weeks coming up, if there's a lesson that you would like me to teach, or an artist you want to hear about, or anything that you might enjoy doing, be sure and give me those suggestions, because I'd be very happy to have these lessons be something that you're looking forward to doing or want to learn about. Okay, so stay well, and I'll look forward to being with you next time. Bye-bye.